Regarding the Christian worldview, I think we have. I think your talk, I don't know if you can hear me, but touched on some important points regarding whether the main challenge to the Christian worldview is from materialist reductionist atheism or more of a new kind of Gnosticism or New Age spirituality. And I think that if you look at your second last slide, and I think we can pick up on this really from the conversation between Satan and Eve. You made the point that he said, did God really say? You know, we have now people who are interested in spirituality, but they question the Bible. And Satan also said, you will not die. And she was tempted, I don't understand the fruit, but the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. People these days, the pride seems to be driving people to want to say that they understand, or towards enlightenment. And if you listen to a lot of the kind of new Gnosticism, certain non-Christian conspiracy thinking, it's very much along the lines of we need to be enlightened. And that kind of enlightenment is not really, they don't see, those people are not, they're not like Richard Dawkins, they're not materialist reductionist atheists. And I'm thinking that, you know, as Christians battle with new atheists, something bigger is coming and stronger than them. And and if you look at Satan, try to understand the way Satan sees it. His lies were not. He wasn't trying to convince Eve to become a materialist reductionist atheist. He was playing on her pride, so that she would understand. So I'm thinking that this is likely to be the bigger challenge to the Christian worldview. And a lot of our arguments against atheism are going to leave them cold. Sorry, that's a bit of a long question.
I really appreciate that, because there is this new line of thinking in atheism that is, it's not like, the Dawkins or the Hitchens style of the materialistic, and there is this new Gnosticism, and the truths that we covered are equally applicable to that, of namely, yes, there's a half truth there of we're seeking knowledge, we're seeking truth, and we see it in America a lot, of all the conspiracy theories and all the media and the news that is controlled, and what are you reading and what are you seeing, where there's this hyper focus on what is truly true knowledge. And it is this new manifestation of a Gnosticism, and it's really threatening churches as well. And I don't know what it's like in the UK, but in America, that we have a major issue that we pursue knowledge, but we're not transformed by it, and so it is in some veins a Gnostic, a knowledge-based pursuit of religion, that if we have the right theology and we believe just intellectually the right things, that's what is going to transform us. And so because that is plaguing the church, that needs to be spoken to and addressed. And that gives us opportunities with the new atheists, from, again, I'll reference Charles Taylor again, where there is an evangelistic opportunity with this newer vein of thinking to say, okay, you want something spiritual, you want something enduring, you want some transcendent knowledge about the universe. And I then want to offer to you to take a step between there's this tension, to take a step between the material world and the spiritual realm, a step between the material world and something that is immaterial. And a lot of these new atheists kind of linger right there, right at the precipice. And we have an opportunity to say, as a church, as believers, and I really like what the pastor who spoke to the other question prior to say, hey, it's not a one-size-fits-all. I'm going to let them talk about what they want to talk about. And then I'm going to invite them to you want transcendence, and I can, in a safe place, invite you to begin exploring transcendence in the person of Jesus. It's always going to come back to Christ at some point. But I think what you're saying is well taken. It's easy to see some of the battle we can do with our worldview against a hyper-materialist view, and it's becoming a little bit harder to see what that battle looks like in this newer Gnosticism approach. But it's going to stem from the same exact place. It's going, like, what we believe and how we approach evangelism and dialogue is going to stem from there's not a knowledge that will set you free. There's a person who will set you free, and knowledge of him is a good thing. But it's the person, Jesus Christ, who will set you free, not the knowledge itself.